And I heard that An Phương not only a socialite, not only a beauty blogger, but also a journalist. This is something I just found out today on set, even though I followed you for quite a time. So can you tell me a little bit about, your work as a journalist?
And to this day, I feel very surreal when I address myself as a journalist, because I don't think that I have done much for the publisher. But yeah, I really love the job. And it came as a surprise to me, actually, because I graduated in a communication major, not journalism. But when my mom encouraged me to take a training course in journalism at Vietnam News, the publisher where I work at now, I felt like I could do it. And just a feeling of being able to do something that I didn't think I could be able to do just really motivate me. And I've been doing it for 4 years now, I think. 3 to 4 years. Yeah, I do full-time YouTube and also do full-time journalist.
Wow. Really embracing the chaos here, just like jumping back and forth between personas. No balance.
Yeah, no balance.
No balance. No balance.
But still, I'm trying to exercise. Like if I feel stressed, I will go exercise or hit the gym. I will pole dancing. I will do Pilates just to feel like I still have a life.
She still has a life.
Yeah, I still have a life.
All of that living. Okay, okay. So currently, you're writing for Vietnam News, a very distinguished publisher. So what are you writing about? Like, what is your current area of publishing?
I usually cover domestic news and societal news. And whatever my boss gave me, then I had to do it. Like for today, before coming into the show, I just had to finish a piece on fish exports. Yeah, and its potential to grow in 2022. And yesterday, I was writing a piece about organic pepper. And how they're going to be exported with high value. And the other day, I wrote about COVID and how people in Ho Chi Minh City were going to get the third shot. Yeah, so it's a lot.
Like, it's a wide array of topics. But I love this because I've always seen An Phương as a person who is very multifunctional. Like you can do anything that you set your heart to. So I think that just occurs naturally to me that you can do that for journalism as well.
It was difficult for me at first because I do not really enjoy, until this day, I do not really enjoy reading newspapers, like serious newspapers But as I got the opportunity to write about the pieces I do not really know about, then I've learned a lot. Because in order to write a good piece, I need to have a certain background information about that. And the job requires me to always do research. And from that, passive studying, is it passively
I think it's very active learning, actually.
Yeah, you can put that in that way. But for me, having the opportunity to force myself to read news every day and to do research on the topic that I usually write about, then I've learned a lot as a person. I'm very grateful for being able to know a little bit about the social media industry and a lot about what is going on with the world, what is going on with Vietnam, and that makes me feel grounded.
Yeah, exactly. I would say this process of learning and continuous research grounds you. It anchors you to reality, and I think it's something that definitely is helpful with the working in the artistic industry, because we usually see the art biz as something very dreamy, and it's drifting away from reality, right? So do you see any overlap in your journalistic work and your beauty work?
There is overlap, of course, but because I treat the two jobs differently, so I do not really use a skill of one job for another. For my content, I usually use analytical skill, which I've learned from journalism, and I use that to develop more meaningful content on my platform. But because writing and being on the camera for the creative content is a two different story. When you write the news, you have to be very factual. Have to stick to the fact, no opinion, no one whatsoever. But for the content aspects, I can bring more about myself. So it's kind of different. It can be overlapping, but for me, because I treat them differently, so I find it's okay to do both of them at the same time. pieces that I write for my newspapers, like I said, has to be factual. There's no me inside, but still my side of writing is still there. But because I know that there's a limit when about expressing myself in one piece of article, then I know where to stop. But for me, the An Phương on the camera, I like going
the
all out.
The floodgates are open.
I know, but it's still the same because for both occupations, I'm very professional. I try to keep it very professional and very clean so that other people, like I said, like for my content creating job, I still have my assistants, I still have my friends.
Yeah.
So I have to deliver a certain
standard.
Yeah. And for my newspaper's job, I still have my boss right there. So
of course.
I try to not bring troubles to other people who are needing me at that moment.